Undersea Monkey watching on Twitch says, I just found out, I'm sure others were already aware, that Ria Nasreddine has a World Series of Poker circuit ring. Very cool. Take it home to Tulsa. So, statistically, she would be the 4th woman to win an EPT after we did seek clarification. The PCA stopped being part of the European Poker Tour after 2016. So Maria Lampropoulou, a PCA winner, not an EPT winner. So the last woman to win an EPT was Vicky Corrin, and that was back in 2014 in San Remo when she won her 2nd title.
Right down the road 10 years ago.
Also, no American has won an EPT since Kevin Schultz at the PCA 2015. It's been nearly 10 years since we've had an American champion on tour.
Don't want to talk about the no-hitter too early in the game. But certainly plenty of noise to be made should Rania close it out.
So Angelov opening here with King Queen. Johnny Guedes is the short stack, and he's got 20% of his stack invested already, having posted the big blind and the big blind ante. And folded to Pastore in the small blind, who's got King 8 of diamonds. And now it is round to Guedes, who has jacks.
I think we know where this is going to go, guys. Guedes only got about 8 big blinds behind. It's all in for sure, and I think King Queen mandatory spinneroo.
Yep, snap called by Angelov, and classic race underway at the final table. Guedes' jacks need to hold against the overcards of Boris Angelov.
Like being based versus being red-pilled. One of these two things has a slight mathematical advantage.
You guys rooting for the jacks? Do not waste your energy on rooting here. You need energy.
Jack's actually a decent favorite when you take into account the folded cards. And there is a jack on the flop, but also a 10 and a 9. It's the straight for Angelov.
Smoke him if you got him. Angelov flops the joint.
That is unreal. What a sweaty board.
So now Guedes needs the board to pair, needs to boat up. He has 7 outs. Okay, picks up additional outs with that ace on the turn. 10 cards, Guedes can hit to survive. The river is a queen, and Angelov eliminates Johnny Guedes in 7th place. He qualified for 250 euros. He cashes for 154,900. Queen 7 for Angelov. He folds the computer hand. Ria Nasreddine is in the cutoff with King 8. She folds. Aces for Dirk Van Luijk on the button. Starts the hand with 16 bigs. Min-raise here, Nick?
Yeah, absolutely. And story checks out. That's not at all unbalanced. He's starting the hand with 16 big blinds. He's on the button. That's a very commonly used size at this stage regardless. So yeah, just start with the min-raise and see how we go. Oh, oh, ooh.
A lot of oohing.
James, this might be a 3-bet jam. This might be a 3-bet jam.
Nah.
Now, given the ICM implications, given the final table dynamic, does that turn the 5s into more set mining as opposed to Oh. Yep.
Shoves on Van Luijk, who snap calls. It's a domination situation. Van Luijk, huge favorite here to double up through Pastore.
Yeah, this is a bit of a cooler, really. That button open's going to be super wide. The 5s gem is going to be profitable. Running into aces, usually not that profitable, though, guys. I got to be honest.
So Van Luijk is officially the at-risk player, but is way ahead here.
Кетчеви има още.
Не. Францето покрива.
Француз покрива, брате.
Van Luijk, 4-1 favorite to double up. And he has flopped top set. This could be all over on the turn.
I'm very confident.
It is over. That is a full house. And Van Luijk gets the double up. And they've pretty much traded places on the leaderboard.
Full house.
Just a full house, which will see Dirk Van Luijk move up over 5 million chips, more than 30 big blinds. Jonathan Pastore now the shortest stack at the table with 17 big blinds.
Looking good, Loomis.
4s for Pastore with his 10 big blind stack.
Yeah, the dam is about to break on these short stacks. You know, the blinds are going to continue to go up.
Yeah, this isn't as exciting as it first seems, I think, the pocket fours, but yeah, I don't blame him. There's a sort of school of thought that, like, just seeing as the main thing you want to happen is just pick up the blinds, that this is just like playing short deck and a bit of card removal. You know, a few years ago, oh, wow, pocket pair, 10 big blinds, let's go. But it's just a bit more of a precarious situation, given what you're going to... Yeah, and I do not know off the top of my head whether that's the correct play, but it's a kind of...
It's close either way.
You know, these top guys really, really are thinking through combinatorics. You know, ace-4 is suited is a better shove there.
Yeah.
You know, it's just...
So round 2, Flushy, who starts the hand with 14 bigs, has ace-8 of hearts.
Yeah, now it has to decide whether to raise the hand or go for the shove. I don't know whether... Yeah.
2 million.
It's a virtual all-in. More than 2/3 of his stack.
Yeah, I wonder if this maybe is better as a raise in this situation. You know, if you're getting called here, you are in very, very big trouble. And, you know, a pay jump of 60 grand between 6th and 5th.
Oh, Angelov wakes up with kings on the button.
And the other thing I wanted to say when you were talking about that fold pocket fours is just the collision effect of removing yourself from the situation. There are going to be 4 more players that are going to get dealt cards, and something like this could happen, and this could make him a great deal of money.
Yeah. So that's a call. Still have players to act.
Yeah, Angelov, no need to raise for when he's got the weaker, when he's got a hand like pocket 8s or 9s. And now 4 million in the middle, over 4 million, 4.5 million in the middle, and 825 back.
What's this?
A little bit weird.
It's got to look for the pay jump from the other tables. Is anyone eliminated? Oh, no, because he didn't raise. Oh, my God.
Ace, ace, queen. Trips for Flushy. 9-1 favorite. What's not to love?
Don't check.
Plays the time bank card.
Yeah, I'm probably wanting to commit the chips in case a queen comes off and on the turn he loses action from pocket 8s.
Exactly, yeah. No, you get it in. Anyway.
You know, but of course you want to you need to balance in this spot.
He checked.
Yeah, and does check. Obviously, in general, keeping 4 big blinds back is going to be really good for him.
I know this is probably irrelevant, right?
Well, that's a bet from Angelov.
But I don't like the check. I think your whole range is, you don't want to give that chance for a queen to come in.
Enough
Yeah.
to put Flushy all in, and obviously he's going to call off here with trip aces, and he's in an amazing position to double up to 6.1 million.
Yeah, a little smile. Of course, 10% of the time he will be eliminated, but very propitious situation for the young German.
Jack of clubs.
Young Austrian, I should say.
Turn card is the 3 of diamonds, so he just has to fade a king on the river. Angelov wants cheers from his rail. He's going to get them now! That king on the river gives him the win and sends Nicolas Thumm to the rail in 6th place.
Unbelievable. I did not see that coming.
Thank
Remarkable.
you, Franz.
Wow.
Wow.
Good luck, guys.
Austria.
Nicolas Thumm busts in 6th place, cashes for 200,000 euros.
Yeah, and this is just where Angelov going to be looking to play a real wide range of hands.
Sam, I know, and Nick, I know that Pastore obviously has the least amount to lose right now, obviously being the shortest stack. But with 2 other stacks at 18 and 20 big blinds, is there a strategy in blinding down to 2 or 3 just in case someone gets coolered?
Yeah, I mean, you just take the spots when they come. I mean, you're not going to do anything wild. You're still waiting for an ace or a pair or whatever it might be. But yeah, I mean, it's not that just because you're the shortest, there's no ICM. Obviously,
There's still ICM. Great. I guess that's a much simpler way of putting it.
Yeah,
Thank
exactly.
you. Yeah.
And every time you fold, you allow, you know, jacks against
a
ace-5
collision.
suited
Sure.
or whatever to happen. You know, you allow this flop to come queen, queen, 5, and see you later, Kenjic, because you didn't shove 9-7 off.
Yeah, it remains a survival game like it has been all the way throughout, but you're just a little bit more likely to take the shots when you're given them than perhaps somebody who's sitting here with 59 big blinds, or 33 big blinds, or 20 big blinds.
Domination rotation as Kenjic outflops Rania.
Yeah, and Rania with a quick check, which is, wow.
Oh, wow.
And domination restoration on the turn.
Run good Rania, strikes again.
Yeah, a very frustrating outcome for Kenjic. I mean, he may have picked up that was sort of a somewhat honest check on the flop. You know, it's not just that she can have hit the jack, but it opens up additional equity for some hands that were very, very dead. And Kenjic gonna protect what was the best hand on the flop. Try and get value from 7, 8 and the like. This is almost, I would say, a little bit of an exploitative play. You know, in general, I think on a jack you would normally be deferring to the bigger stack, but sort of perhaps had a real strong sense that the 10 was good there.
I've been out of the booth for a little while, but I've not seen Rania really work the big stack the way other folks might in this same situation, so he's probably picked up on that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll go 10% here, you know, just to try and pay what we want exactly. Very delicate situation. Does seem like more of the time your opponent's going to have a 5, 6, an ace 5, an ace king, 7, 8. There's lots we can get value from. That pesky jack, though.
Yeah, it could have just been the speed of the checks, and maybe that quick check back. He's going, oh, she's got like, you know, ace 8 here or something. You know.
I think, yeah.
Another quick action on the river. Pair of jacks is good.
Yeah, very frustrating. I mean, Kenjic just sort of put out what he was willing to pay. It was like, this is how much I'd like to show down for.
Right. Exactly, yeah.
And if that's against a slightly better hand, then I live with it.
Right.
So I think it's quite reasonable play from both players.
Let's see if Angelov can drop the queen jack under the gun, starts the hand as chip leader, 60 big blinds, 5 players remaining in this record-breaking Monte-Carlo main event. Yeah,
and we've seen him open worse hands than this. Sort of 2 blockers going to be strong enough to try and pick up the blinds. No one really going to want to mess with him if they can avoid it. These chip leads sort of have a compounding effect.
Rania
Rania is out.
Taking a peek one card at a time, getting all the juice, all the sweat she can. Kenjic with an unplayable hand and the shortest stack in the big blind. Jonathan Pastore, 10-8.
Off-suited. Going to be a little bit dominated by some of the lighter opens, but because he's so short, it means that he never really gets bluffed off his hand too often. You know, if you make a...
You have to realize your equity.
Oh, I love it. I love it. You're exactly Joe Stapleton.
All right, and that is a top pair
Wow.
hand for Pastore and 2 overs and an open-ended straight draw for Angelov. See you at the river.
Yes, very big flop for both players. Angelov may just want to put the money in here. You know, can even get called by a Jack-8 and 8-7. And if you're up against, you know, pretty much anything, it's all okay.
So Sam, if there's 1.3 in the middle now and 1.3 behind Pastore, how do you feel about just ripping as a lead with the 10-8? Because then obviously you can do the same with your clubs and your straight draws, possibly putting ace high in a bad spot.
Yeah, it seems fine. I mean,
Either way. Yeah, we got to get it in. All right, cool. So Pastore all in and at risk. You can see the equities there running pretty close. A post-flop flip, if you would.
Pastore ahead for now, but plenty of ways to lose this.
Yeah, it's like a, well, it doesn't feel like you have 58%, let me tell you that. Queen Jack looking very strong when you can be turned dead on occasion.
And that turn is 7.
Jack now no good.
That's right. Straight draw for Pastore now.
It's pretty much as good as it gets in terms of turn cards. Certainly, the other 2 short stacks will be rooting for Angelov to get a W here. Big river inbound.
Angelov looking to fade an 8, queen or king. It's a queen, however.
GG.
Pastore really contributed a lot to this final table in terms of personality. Fought tenaciously off that short stack.
Had a great chemistry with Rania.
Yes, indeed. Maybe be getting drinks with some of the table later. Really, really top guy, it seems. And we congratulate him.
Congratulations.
Yeah, on that 5th place finish. Of course, he'll sting a little in the moment as he gets a round of applause from his friends and colleagues on the rail.
More than €250,000 for Jonathan.
Yeah, and it seems like with the resume he has, you know, he'll be around for a long while yet.
Pocket 8s for Van Luijk on the button.
I mean, this is just an amazing scenario with 7 big blinds. To have a hand where you can get called by worse, you know, it's a crucial spot to find a shove.
If you can bust the 5 big blind stack and pick those up,
yeah,
huge.
or any eventuality. Picking up 2.5 big blinds and separating yourself very, very clearly from Yovan, denying Yovan the opportunity to shove himself.
This is it.
Van Luijk is all in. Kenjic out of the way. Angelov in the big blind has all of the chips and has a hand that is within calling range, it feels.
Yeah, he obviously feels like it's close and that is it 8 or 6 is going to sort of make a distinction. Feels like he might dominate a sort of 9-10, Jack-9,
yep,
and the like. Also going to be a sense of his opponent's approach.
Angelov makes the call, and these two will be flipping for potentially 4th place.
Yeah, and you've got to feel for Dirk here, finding himself in a flip. Such a strong hand, but will be eliminated almost 40% of the time. It's a big gap, actually.
It does feel bigger than that.
Yeah.
Smaller than that, I should say. To the flop. 8-6 deuce, 2 hearts, top set for Van Luijk. Now will survive 93% of the time. He's up all night to get Van Luijk.
Let's see a 7 of hearts for a sweat.
3 of diamonds is not a sweat. It's over on the turn. Van Luijk survives. Good news for Van Luijk, rivering a full house. Bad news for Yovan Kenjic, who now sits alone with a 5 big blind stack. Plenty of time for Van Luijk to stay out of the way.
Yeah, nice eventuality for the Dutchman.
And Angelov still way out in front with 71 bigs.
Yeah, a mere flesh wound for our chip leader. He remains in dominant position. And the king's going to be good enough here, by the way.
Yeah, he's putting this one in.
Last mount.
It's an easy ship.
Wants to be exact.
Yeah. Oh, he
875.
reached for it.
And the big blind.
Oh, and Yovan would like him to sort of miss. I think,
He said something.
No.
In the big blind 5-1.
and I think Van Luijk was going to fold it, sort of maybe dawning on him just how short
There we go.
Yovan is. I'd love to see him wake up with something.
Sam is really rooting for the underdogs.
Yeah, I would love to see this young man find a double up. He's been such a competitor.
Not what I thought you'd have. All right.
How's this for a fun fact? I call
Yes. Here's a
Kenjic, the
Luck, sir.
favorite, 63% favorite. Has to fade,
would love to see.
stay alive. Ace, deuce, queen. Top pair for Kenjic.
Good start.
Van Luijk is going to have to get pretty lukey to run this down. 4 spades on the turn. Kenjic has got to fade the trips and the 2 pair. Can he do it? River's an 8. He does indeed. Double up, Yovan Kenjic.
Yeah, nice double. Pulls him up close to Dirk. So it's a big swing there between the 2 shorties. Obviously, just an immediate pay jump for the Dutchman there. If the King Deuce were to have won. Sweet relief for Yovan.
So we've had 2 short stack double ups the last time they were all in.
So now you have 2.5.
Van Luijk and Kenjic still holding on.
Run good, Rania. UTG with ace-jack offsuit. Going to start with a raise.
Something you'll never get, Joe Stapleton.
Pocket jacks for Van Luijk. Let's go.
And a snap shove.
Little,
Wow. And the other
Oh.
short stack.
my goodness. 2 of the 3 commentators on their feet right now.
Wow, what a collision. A legitimate holding for Rania, but started a cascade of action behind.
1,550.
The nice thing for Kenjic here is he's, well, I mean, is he covered by 1 big blind? He's directly taking from his sort of rival.
So he covers me, I think.
Yeah, you should have 2.5.
Definitely worth giving this a think about who gets paid what.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously it's some concern that if Rania calls as well and they both are eliminated, but it's just such an unlikely eventuality.
All in.
There we go. He's hoping to see an ace-queen and ace-jack. Something of that ilk. Rania, you would imagine, will understand how strong these ranges are behind. She'll have a little think. Not someone.
Can I phone a friend?
Yeah, she's just
Not allowed.
enjoying a bit of the limelight.
I was on that TV show.
She was on that TV show, though. Yeah.
Meredith Vieira version. I
Not
fooled.
usually Meredith Vieira gets name checked in a hand funeral, but there it is. Rania out of this. Kenjic and Van Luijk in what isn't quite a traditional flip, given what we know has been folded.
I mean, whatever happens louder. So.
Yeah, and this is big for both of these guys.
Ace King.
C2
Although
plus
it's-
It's big for poker.
Yeah, although it's Kenjic who will be eliminated, it's so close. It's,
covers me, right?
both tournament lives on the line, essentially.
Has the attention of the rail, has the attention of us. Kenjic a little further behind than usual. Ten, 7, 5. Jack's holding. Heart's not a factor. Kenjic still looking to hit one of those 5 outs on the turn or river. And that turn is a 9. No additional outs. Kenjic trying to fade the 4th place finish. Needs an ace, needs a king. Dealer. Hit it.
Yes!
That is a total whiff for the ace-king. Board runs out clean. Jacks hold. And that will see the elimination of Yovan Kenjic in 4th place.
GG.
GG.
Nice run
So that's it.
from the young Serbian. Conducted himself very, very well at that final. And getting in the most classical of flips.
Oof, it was nice fun. Thank you, thank you.
Dirk Van Luijk, super short for much of this tournament. Now with a fairly comfortable stack, 24 big blinds. And his rail gets to remain.
Good fold by me.
Yeah, and these 3 competitors are going to be over the moon to be 3-handed and playing for this kind of money, but the differences between 3rd and 2nd, and then ultimately 2nd and 1st, are absolutely massive. I mean, you know, the difference between 1st and 2nd is more than 1st place.
Yeah. And before anyone asks, even though they were on a break for the last 20 minutes, no deal discussions have taken place. No one has floated the idea of chopping the prize pool. We get Van Luijk opening on the button with Jack-10 suited. Round to Ria Nasreddine in the big blind.
No opportunities?
5-4 offsuit. Maria, from where we left off last night, would you have expected these to be the final 3?
I feel like 2 of the 3, it certainly looked like it was trending that way, of course, for Angelov and Nasreddine. And Van Luijk, you know, definitely hung in there, picked his spots, got super lucky with those running jacks. So fate has it that he's meant to be here.
Yeah, and he has flop top pair here against 2nd pair. Nasreddine checks to him. And he does continue. He bets 1.5 into a pot of just over 2.5.
Yeah, this is just a spot where she's going to take one off and see what develops. Of course, having that 5 is nice, can turn some straight possibilities or 2 pair.
Absolutely. She now has a 4-1 advantage over Van Luijk. Checks a 2nd time.
Van Luijk knew what Nasreddine had. Those glasses would be getting steamy. This is a brutal spot for him now.
Fires a 2nd barrel.
I'm all in.
Wow. She
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
check shoves. He snap calls.
What a
Whew. Please hold. Please hold. Please hold.
5-4 hold for the pre-jump.
Van Luijk has 8 outs. Jacks, 10s, and
King for
3s.
ace. No jack, no 10, no 3. 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 No jack, no 10, no 3.
Those are his outs. If he doesn't hit a jack, 10, or 3, he's out. It's the 10!
oh my goodness.
Okay.
She's still
Ouch.
got 900K. It was a virtual all-in, and she's going to be left with just 2 big blinds.
taking it really well. I mean, inside, I can only imagine.
What's Van Luijk doing?
He doesn't realize that he's won.
You cover me, right?
You won the hand.
Oh my God, shit. Fucking hell.
You didn't know you win the hand?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
He missed it.
God.
He missed the river.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ja, oh my God. Wat stom. Wat stom.
When he pushed his chips
Ja, ik ben
forward,
moe, man.
I thought he was asking the dealer to count his stack.
tired.
He thought he'd lost.
I'm so sorry, I apologize. I really didn't know.
That's fine.
I'm not sure it is fine.
Wow.
He missed what fell on the river. It was a 10, giving him a better 2-pair.
And had his sweater on, had to undress, sitting back down here, get back in the zone, and this is just, I mean, it takes a lot to get me speechless, but I really didn't know what to say.
Two pair.
He did say, and Mark has translated from Dutch for us, so stupid, I'm tired as F.
Yeah, and I think that is a really important takeaway, is you can't underestimate, I mean, this is the 6th day in a row today where you're playing. I mean, you know, we do end pretty early some nights, give them a chance to reset and get some rest, but in general, you're playing all day for 6 straight days, and I can speak from experience having done that you can get loopy as much. It's just the max focus all the time. And I'm sure everyone at home will be like, I would never miss that. I would know. I would be looking for the 10, but it's just, it got away from him. And it looks like, yeah, Van Luijk is going to be calling here. And that's a pretty decent hand here for 2.5 bigs on the button, frankly.
So Nasreddine does get it in for a last 750K. Van Luijk calling, and Angelov, who's got a lot of chips invested already in the big blind, calling as well.
Great. Get the weaker 9 in there. A great opportunity to triple up. Let's get some Broadway action, huh?
Yeah, it could be the start of a spin.
Or it could be a full house for Van Luijk on the flop.
And actually kills some of Nasreddine's winning outs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, brutal. That's going to be it. Unless, of course, there is one narrow path through.
And that's not it.
Not the duck.
Nope.
So this has been checked on both streets by Van Luijk and Angelov.
2 million.
That bet will get a fold from Angelov.
Nice hand.
We go to showdown, and that is the elimination of Ria Nasreddine in 3rd place. Only the 2nd time a female player has made the final table here in Monte Carlo, following the footsteps of Lucille Kay, who was the runner-up in 2012. Ria cashes in 3rd place for 442,900 euros. Angelov back down to around 20 big blinds. Blinds going up after this hand, by the way. Ace-Queen. There's a premium holding.
Definitely premium, definitely bust-worthy, as in going bust pre-flop, getting all the chips in the middle.
Power of positive thinking, Nick. It's a potential double-up spot for Boris.
No, that doesn't mean busting like busting the tournament. It means like going broke, like shooting for the hills. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe he is going to go bust because Van Luijk's got kings.
That was unexpected, and this pretty much can only go in one direction at this point. Van Luijk needs to be careful here, though. How do you size your 3 bets at 21 big blinds effective? That's incredibly important here.
5 seconds.
3.6.
3 raised. 3,000,006.
He just 3X's it.
Yep. It's a smidge big for my taste, but I don't think it really matters under these circumstances, guys. It's ace-queen suited versus kings. We're under 25 big blinds effective. I just think it goes one way and one way only.
If all the chips go in here, Dirk Van Luijk will be the favorite to win. Not just the hand, but the tournament. There's the shove from Angelov. There's the call from Van Luijk. If kings hold, it's over.
Ace of spades.
Is someone on hand to tell Van Luijk in case he wins? I think he's paying attention to this one.
Before they deal the flop, we ace. Ace.
Two queens
Wow.
on the flop. And Angelov, now a 9-1 favorite. He's like, oh, that was naughty.
Stop calling for cards. Stop it. Stop it right now.
Never call for outs when you're ahead. It's Van Luijk who's gone behind and needs a king. Quads!
Nice one.
Van Luijk drawing dead on the turn. Double up for Boris Angelov, who now has the chip lead as well. It's 44 big blinds, plays 28 big blinds. Scratch that, the blinds are going up. It's 42 big blinds, playing 26.
You never see this stuff online, I tell you what.
Angelov completing with Queen 6. 5-4 suited for Van Luijk.
You can just check. Yeah, there you go.
Whoa.
I know it's been a long day,
Oh,
buddy.
dear.
Oh, no, come on.
Yeah, a little bit of a tell there.
Queen 4-3, so top pair versus second pair.
Okay, this is just 10 big blinds effective here. I think there is a world where Van Luijk would just check raise all in here. He might, from what we've seen from him, he could also, I mean, we've seen the middling pairs. He's not really been one to sort of, might play them more passively. Okay, so, well, yeah, oh, you say it, well, he's brazen.
Okay, so $1 million, the c-bet, or rather the bet from Angelov. And Van Luijk check raising to 3 million.
He's raising and he's brazen.
Yep, there's no chance Angelov's folding. This is going to be all in. I think that Van Luijk is just going to have too many draws here.
Well, no, I think he could call. I mean, it's,
Well, he
it's
does
quite
just call.
strong.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Continuing
Continue
is
in
what
the
I meant
hand.
to say.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
sorry, not folding
No,
is
just
what
don't
I
let
meant.
it happen again.
Van Luijk with 6.5 million behind, just 6 big blinds. And he turns two pair. Turns two pair.
You naughty boy, Van Luijk. And it even gives Angelov an open, that's still 36% of ways to become EPT Monte-Carlo 2024 champion.
Kid's got moxie.
But
Yep, you're calling all day long here.
All in with 2 pair, called by top pair. Wow, Angelov does have 16 outs. And if we do see a deuce, a 3, a 6, a 7, or a queen on the river, it's finally over.
that means either deuce or 6 or 7. Maybe queen or 3. I've narrowed it down. I speak a little Bulgarian.
Green light.
Is it always coming 7?
Yes.
It's a blank.
Let's
and
keep
that
going, guys.
is another double up. And we are back to a situation where Dirk Van Luijk has the chip advantage. 22 million plays 14 million.
That's a good start for Van Luijk.
Yes, it is. And at this point, I would expect this to be all in a lot of the time. I think trapping is also totally acceptable, though.
And that's what he does, just completes on the button. King 7 the hand for Angelov.
This might just be a jam versus limp guys.
Angelov shoves, and Van Luijk calls. Angelov gets it in as the underdog here, and Angelov is the at-risk player.
King, me.
If ace-queen holds, this heads-up battle is finally over, and we have a champion here in Monaco.
Yeah, this is a huge flip. This is a flip for like 380K.
Crazy.
It's just unreal.
So hyper-focused on just getting a good, clean run out as the 65% favorite, and you are EPT royalty.
Queen Jack 4 on the flop. Only the one live card now for Angelov. Needs a king. Running clubs would work as well.
Running straight wouldn't hurt either, but these are long shots.
3 of diamonds on the turn means no additional outs. Just 3 cards save Boris Angelov. There is a 93% chance this will be the final hand of the tournament.
And a king. Woo!
It's a 9, and Dirk Van Luijk takes down the PokerStars EPT presented by Monte Carlo Casino for €1 million.
Oh, and the emotional Van Luijk instantly goes for the handshake before heading to the rail. Really, really great sportsmanship there.
Oh, that's sweet.
Fucking hell.
The investor and semi-professional poker player whose partner is expecting their 3rd child very soon.
Oh, that's so lovely. Just beautiful stuff.
Gets the 7-figure score and will get to lift the trophy. And congratulations to the runner-up. Boris Angelov played a great final table, played a great heads-up. Has to contend with a 620K score. Great money, his best ever career cash.
Now what?
But understandably disappointed, whereas nothing but smiles for this fella.
Welcome to the trophy presentation from the PokerStars EPT main event final table presented by Monte Carlo Casino. Here with me on stage is our main event champion, PokerStars live event associate director Cedric Billow, tournament director Toby Stone, and director of poker for Monte Carlo SBM, Stéphane Jognot. There's really only one thing left to do. Besting a record-breaking field of over 1,200 entries to take the title and €1 million. Please give it up for Dirk Van Luijk.